Hello students, in previous lecture we have seen the expression for angular momentum in terms of moment of inertia. So in this lecture we have to study the expression for torque in terms of moment of inertia. So here the figure shows that rigid object rotating with constant angular acceleration alpha about an axis perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Now let us consider the object consisting of n number of particles having masses m1, m2 mn at a respective perpendicular distances r1, r2 rn from the axis of the rotation. Now as the object rotates, all these particles performs uniform circular motion with the same angular acceleration alpha, but with different linear acceleration. Okay, so the linear acceleration a1 is equal to r1 alpha, a2 is equal to r2 alpha an is equal to rn into alpha, etc. Now the force experienced by the first particle, here F1, F2, Fn are the forces, so that the force experienced by the first particle is F1 is equal to m1 a1, so it is equal to m1 r1 alpha, because a1 is equal to r1 into alpha. Now as these forces are tangential, so their respective perpendicular distances from the axis are r1, r2 rn. Okay, thus the torque experienced by the first particle, here you have to take the magnitude, so that the torque experienced by the first particle having magnitude τ1 is equal to f1 into r1. So here f1 is equal to m1 r1 alpha. When we substitute f1, then you get m1 r1 square into alpha. Similarly, torque by the second particle is τ2 is equal to m2 r2 square alpha, τ3 is equal to m3 r3 square into alpha τn is equal to mn rn square alpha. If the rotation is restricted to a single plane, then the direction of all these torques will be same. The direction will be same. Then the magnitude of the resultant torque is given by τ is equal to τ1 plus τ2 plus τn. So it is equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus mn rn square, and here alpha is common. Therefore τ is equal to I into alpha, where this I is equal to m1 r1 square m2 r2 square plus mn rn square. This is the moment of inertia. This is the expression for torque in terms of moment of inertia. Okay, so this relation τ is equal to I alpha is analogous to F is equal to m a. So here I, only the difference is that I replaces mass, and this is angular acceleration and this is linear acceleration, which is its physical significance. Now next is the principle of conservation of angular momentum. So in 11th standard we have already seen the principle of conservation of angular momentum, which says that the angular momentum of a body is conserved or remains constant if the resultant torque acting on the body is 0. That means it says that the linear momentum of an isolated system is conserved or remains constant in the absence of an external unbalanced torque or force. So you know that the equation for angular momentum is L bar is equal to R bar into P bar. Okay, so with suitable changes this can be transformed into conservation of angular momentum. Okay, so here we have to check L bar is constant or not. If the derivative is 0, so L bar is constant. Okay, and if the derivative is not 0, so L bar is not constant. So here r bar is the position vector from the axis of rotation and p bar is linear momentum. Now here we have to differentiate this equation, this relation L bar is equal to r bar into p bar with respect to time t. Therefore dl bar by dt is equal to d dt of L bar is equal to r bar into p bar. So here r bar into p bar. Now how to differentiate r bar into p bar? So keep first is as it is and derivative of second plus second is as it is and derivative of first. So it is equal to r bar, derivative of p bar is dp bar by dt plus p bar is as it is and dr bar by dt. So here dr bar by dt is the velocity vector, dp bar by dt is equal to f bar and p bar is the linear momentum and you know that p bar is equal to m into v. Now substitute the value of dr bar by dt, dp bar by dt and p in this equation. Therefore dl bar by dt is equal to r bar into dp bar by dt is f bar plus p bar is m into v. So m into v, dr bar by dt is v bar. Okay, therefore dl bar by dt is equal to r bar into f bar plus m into bracket v bar cross v bar. So here this is the cross product v bar into v bar. In 11th standard you have studied the characteristics of cross product. That means the cross product of same vector is equal to 0. Therefore dl bar by dt is equal to r bar into f bar plus m into v, so it is 0. Therefore dl bar by dt is equal to r bar into f bar is tau. Okay, that is the moment of force or it is also known as torque. Thus if tau bar is equal to 0, that means dl bar by dt is equal to also 0. External torque is 0. Hence the angular momentum L bar is conserved in the absence of external torque. Angular momentum is conserved or remains constant in the absence of external torque. And the examples of principle of conservation of angular momentum are: first one is ballet dancer, second one is acrobat in a circus, third one is sports like ice skating, and fourth is diving in a swimming pool are the examples of conservation of angular momentum. Okay, so in all these applications the product, that is L is equal to I omega. So here omega, you know that value of omega is I into twice pi n, is constant, where the players acquire a certain speed. Thus if the moment of inertia is increased, the angular speed will be decreases, and hence frequency of revolution is also decreases. Also if the moment of inertia is decreases, at that time the frequency will be increases. These are the applications of conservation of angular momentum. Thank you.